Good morning. This is video 3 for reading for the week. The purpose is to introduce the genre and the 2 stories for the week. So let's begin with our genre of the week. It's informational text, which is also called nonfiction. And you know, kids, we've learned about nonfiction this year. Nonfiction means, is it real or not real? Real. Nonfiction is a selection that tells about real people, places, events, or things. Informational text or nonfiction stories give true information and facts using words and pictures. Usually you can tell if it's a nonfiction story because often it has real photographs, like we're going to see today in this story called The Joy of a Ship. So let's take a listen to this story. And by the way, if any of you are having trouble accessing that ConnectEd site to find the stories, please reach out to me. I can resend the information, and if it still doesn't work, I have my textbook here at home. I can send pictures of each page so you can practice that with your child. Also, this story is from a magazine called Time for Kids. It is a little bit more challenging than some of the other stories we've had in the past. So please feel free to echo read this, which means the parent reads the page and then the student echo reads it, or practice it several times. It is challenging. So here we go with our first story. Maybe.
Nonfiction. Time for Kids. Essential question. How do things get built? Read about building a ship.
Sorry for the delay back there. Okay, so you see this is a big cruise ship being built. Have any of you ever been on a cruise ship? I have one time. It was amazing. It was like a hotel floating on water, and it was huge. It was pretty neat.
The joy of a ship. Ships take people and things all over the world. How does a ship get made? Find out here. What is needed to build a ship? Making ships employs many workers. This task uses lots of tools and parts as well. Let's see how a ship is made, step by step. These people study the plans for the ship. There are many things to do.
Notice throughout this story, I circled or underlined several words. These are words that are quite challenging that you might need to discuss with someone in your family because they are more like 3rd grade level words.
Frame it. First, workers build a frame. The ship can balance on blocks up above a dock. Huge cranes hoist the big parts in place so they do not fall. Workers must avoid being bumped by these big pieces of steel. Some huge gantry cranes can lift 1,500 tons, as high as 230 feet in the air. Sheets of steel. First, 2 kinds of metal are melted into steel. It boils. Hot steel flows into flat metal sheets and molds. When steel gets cold, it gets hard. The steel sheets are then ready for making a ship. Stand back. The steel is very hot.
Do you know what this is? It's a welding mask. We'll hear about it on this page and think about why you would need that.
A worker joins each steel section by heating the edges, called joints. Most workers put on gloves and a helmet to protect their hands and head. Check it, paint it. Workers check all the joints. Then they point out leaks and fix them. If a joint leaks, the inside of this ship will be moist with water. It might even sink. Then the ship is painted, and this job is done. It gleams in the sun. The workers knew it would look nice. People will pay a lot of money to ride on this ship. Out to sea. The people on the dock point with joy as the new ship begins the first trip. Those on the ship wave as it glides toward the open sea. Did you know? There are many kinds of ships on the sea. Icebreaker ship, aircraft carrier, cargo ship.
What do you think the purpose would be of those different ships? Think about that. Also, think about what were the steps. There was a sequence in this story, an order. What were the steps in building that carnival or that cruise ship? And also, there's some steps in building a ship that are risky, kind of scary a little bit. What steps in building the ship would be risky? Okay, so read that story, and then finally, I'm going to send you the pictures to this little story, How to Build a Snowman. So when you get that on Seesaw, you can just practice it with someone at home, or go ahead and record your voice. Either way is just fine. And I think that is it. I hope you have a good rest of the day, and I'll talk to you soon. Bye-bye.